Smile.
Okay. Okay, quiet, please.
Imagine waking up and not knowing where you are or what you're doing. For many people, this is a harsh reality. Almost everyone knows someone that has been addicted or is currently addicted to drugs. According to WebMD, Drug Abuse, Addiction, and Brain, last updated January 2015, drugs are chemicals that tap into the brain's communication system and disrupts the way the nerves send, receive, and process information. Is drug addiction a curable disease? Today, we will discuss some of the basic facts of drug addiction, what happens to your body while taking drugs, and the statistics of drug addiction. Drug addiction is defined as a chronic relapse brain disease that is by compulsive drug seeking and use. Despite harmful consequences, it is considered a brain disease. Within a month period of trying to quit, the person finds themselves taking larger amounts or a longer period of time. There is always the desire of unsuccessful effort to cut back on taking drugs. The recurring outbreaks are hazardous to you and your health. A person that is addicted to drugs is putting their health at risk. Drugs can change a person's way of thinking and feeling. Drugs interfere with the brain's communication to nerve cells and how it affects the brain, sends and receives the processing information. The way that drugs enter the body can affect the way that your body responds to the side effects of each. According to Gateway.org, alcoholrehab.com states that smoking is one of the fastest ways for someone to experience a high, as the chemicals are transferred to the bodily receptors in seconds. Some side effects are heart disease, mouth and throat cancer, heart attacks, and strokes, pulmonary disease, high blood pressure, and bacterial pneumonia, and other lung infections. Snorting drugs, or insulation, 30 to 60% of drugs will enter the body through mucus in the nose. It is then swallowed and moved down to the stomach. After that, it finally reached the bloodstream. The high is usually experienced 15 minutes after snorting the drug. Using suppositories is another way the substance is absorbed through the mucous membrane in the rectum. Injections is when somebody injects through a needle into the soft tissue of the skin. Many young people go through an experimental phase in their lives. Doing drugs can impact many of your relationships, your mental and physical health, also your life in general. Outreach.com talks about the different aspects in life that drugs can do to you, whether long-term or short-term. Let's take a look at what drugs can do to your short-term and long-term physical injuries may occur when using this type of drugs. Some may become extremely violent and harm others or even yourself. They can also cause internal damage to your organs. What many do not know is that even things such as glue is considered a drug when sniffed, which is weird because we all use glue when we were in elementary school, and some of us may have eaten it. When you are under the influence of drugs, it is likely that you would have unprotected sex, which may lead to pregnancy or an STD. When you are taking drugs, you are always running the chance of becoming addicted to that drug. Drugs can alter your emotional and mental health. You may feel stress-free while on the drug, but it may add more stress from somewhere. You may also become depressed and even may conduct a mental illness. Your relationship with others may also be in trouble. You may find yourself in with some legal issues. Let's take a look at some of the statistics. The National Survey on Drug Use and Health found that 88.7% of Americans on ages 12 and older used illicit drugs in the month prior to the survey. The survey also showed an increase in prescription drug abuse of methamphetamines and ecstasy. Both rose by 1%. DrugAbuse.gov states that the abuse of tobacco and alcohol, elect drugs, costs over the nation around $7 billion annually in costs related to crime, work production, and healthcare. If we break this down, tobacco itself costs $130 billion in healthcare and a cost of $295 billion itself overall. Alcohol has $25 billion wrapped up in healthcare and $224 billion overall. Illicit drugs account for $11 billion in health care and $193 billion costs overall. Drug use among Americans has declined dramatically over the past 25 years, according to a study conducted by the Drug Testing Index. Out of 125 million workplace urine drug tests, 74% U.S. combined workforce rates dropping from 13.6% in 1988 to 3.5% in 2012. 38 for federal mandatory safety-sensitive workers, with a decline of 2.6 in 1992 to 1.6 in 2012. 60% of the general workforce declining from 10.3 in 1992 to 1.4 in 2012. Money isn't the only. Today we have talked about all the health-related issues and social issues, the basics of drug addiction, and finally some of the statistics of drug addiction. Donald Lynn Frost said it best: "Drugs take you to hell disguised as heaven." I believe this because my dad used to be an alcoholic, and I saw the places that it took him and how he felt after he was out of everything. So now you have a choice. Are you going to give into peer pressure and do the cool thing, or think about what it's going to do to your body and your future ahead?
I wasn't sure what that